As the sun rose over ancient Rome, the household awakened. Within these stone walls,
breakfast was simple and humble.
Cleanliness was part of daily ritual, though water was scarce within homes. Beyond the home, the city stirred. Streets of Rome filled with voices, laughter.
The marketplace was the heartbeat of Rome. Here, wealth and survival mingled, where food.
Every exchange, whether for bread or oil, carried the rhythm of Roman life. At the Forum, Rome's heart spoke. Here, politics, law, and philosophy collided. Literacy was prized among Rome's elite, a skill that marked status and influence.
Written for Rome, discipline was strength. Soldiers drilled daily, forging an unbreakable force that secured both empire and order.
By late afternoon, Romans sought the bathhouse, a place for cleansing, leisure, and business alike. Bathing was not only about hygiene, but connection, where politics and friendships mingled within the steam. Oils and massages soothed tired bodies, turning the bathhouse into a sanctuary of pleasure and ritual. The bathhouse was Rome's social hub, a place where citizens of every class mingled within marble halls. Evenings often ended in the triclinium, where families gathered to share meals, stories, and the rhythm of Roman tradition. Wine, always diluted, flowed freely. It marked not only celebration, but the rhythm of Roman dining. Evenings often spilled into gardens, where conversation and song lingered under torchlight and moonlit skies. Music filled the courtyards, ancient instruments weaving notes that calmed the soul after the day's labor. As night fell, Rome quieted. Streets emptied, save for guards who watched over.
At last, the day ended.
In kitchens, the morning routine began. Simple meals were readied, sustaining households with the quiet efficiency of daily life.
Outside, the city awakened. Streets filled with voices and movement, each household flowing into the greater life of Rome. Workshops echoed with labor. Artisans forged the materials of life, pottery, wood, and trade was more than exchange, it was ritual. Each coin passed bound strangers into community. The marketplace was Rome's beating heart. Here, voices collided in a chorus of trade. At the Forum, words held power. Politics, law, and philosophy were voiced aloud. Education thrived among Rome's privileged. From the rhythm of letters to the cadence of rhetoric, learning shaped future voices of the empire.
Entertainment was part of Roman life. The amphitheater rose as a monument to gathering, where citizens shared the spectacle of community.
Within these stone walls, crowds gathered for spectacle. Music, contests, and before the spectacle began, the arena was prepared with ritual care. Each grain of music announced the beginning. Horns and flutes filled the air, binding thousands in shared anticipation. Processions marked the opening moments. Performers entered with dignity, embodying the pride of Rome before its people. Symbols and gestures spoke louder than words. Every display affirmed Rome's grandeur before an audience eager for wonder. Spectacle bound Rome together. Crowds from every corner of the city gathered, their anticipation uniting them in one voice. Displays of strength and skill stirred admiration. The arena was more than theater. It was a celebration of human endurance. Preparation was as much ritual as action. Every strap and adjustment carried the weight of tradition and discipline. Coordinated displays thrilled the masses. color, rhythm, and spectacle merged into a pageant of Roman identity. As the afternoon waned, the spectacle faded into memory. Yet within Rome's walls, as the games ended, the city returned to its rhythm. Voices spilled onto the streets, carrying the day as spectacle into memory. Evening descended slowly. The empire's capital, vast yet intimate, folded its people back into homes and quiet courtyards. Above the rooftops, Rome shimmered in the fading sun. Smoke and shadows wove together, marking the close of another day. Evening baths offered renewal. Citizens sought warmth and conversation before retreating into the night.
Steam and silence marked the evening's retreat. In these halls, bodies rested and spirits settled.
Evenings brought people together. In courtyards and gardens, meals and words were shared beneath the glow of lamplight.
Dining was a ritual of connection. Food, drink, and dialogue bound the family and guests together each night.
Music carried the evening forward. Strings and voices rose together, weaving leisure into the fabric of Roman nights. The city softened into silence. Beneath moon and flame, Rome rested. At last, the day drew to its end. Within shadowed walls, homes fell silent. From kitchens came the pulse of sustenance. Grain was ground, meals prepared, and households sustained in the simplicity of daily labor. Water flowed at the heart of every neighborhood. Fountains were not only utility, but meeting places where voices mingled each morning. Craft sustained the empire. From the rhythm of hammers to the shaping of tools, labor forged Rome's enduring strength.
Finest silks from the east.
How much for this amphora?
Fresh grapes and olives today.
Commerce thrived in trust. Each exchange was more than goods, it was a bond of expectation.
Here, beneath marble columns, Rome debated its future. Words carried weight.
Education shaped the empire's voice. From the rhythm of letters to the practice of rhetoric, knowledge prepared Rome's next generation.
Rome's amphitheaters called citizens together. They were monuments of stone and sound, gathering thousands beneath the sky.
The amphitheater was the stage of the people. Evenings often began with spectacle. The amphitheater filled with cheers.
Music opened the evening's program. Brass and woodwinds signaled beginnings, weaving sound into the spectacle of empire. Processions set the tone. Stepping from shadow into brilliance, the performers embodied Rome's pride on its greatest stage.
Symbols spoke to the people. Raised in the air, they reminded all of tradition, ceremony.
Crowds brought life to stone. Each torch and cheer reflected Rome's hunger for shared experience and spectacle.
Strength and endurance were celebrated. The arena became a theater of discipline, where bodies told Rome's story of resilience.
Preparation was a ritual. Every gesture, no matter how small, carried the discipline that defined Roman identity. The evening unfolded in spectacle. Rhythm, color, and sound merged.
For a moment, thousands became one. Voices thundered together. As the spectacle ended, Rome settled once more. The city's roar softened into
Within narrow streets, life retreated inward. Behind closed doors, Rome breathed under moonlight. Silent rooftops, touched by silver light, watched over the city's nightly pause. Faith was woven into daily life. Families honored their household gods quietly. Evenings lingered with quiet company. Gardens offered peace, where conversation and music eased the transition into night. Meals ended gently. Food, drink, and dialogue gave way to stillness as the villa embraced the hush of evening. One by one, gatherings ended. Courtyards fell silent again, lit only by the glow of scattered flames against the night. Guards alone kept watch as the city rested. Their steady pace and firelight marked order in the empire's silence. Homes sank into silence. The dim flame of a single lamp marked the threshold between day and rest.
Rome, vast and restless by day, surrendered to stillness. Each dawn renewed the cycle. Rome's homes stirred with familiar rhythms.
From the humblest kitchens came sustenance. Simple meals carried families into another day of labor and life. Fountains were lifelines. They quenched thirst and became meeting grounds, weaving dale connections across the city. Labor built Rome as much as conquest. From workshops came the tools, vessels, and artistry of daily existence. The market thrived at midday. Voices rose in chorus, embodying the constant flow of Rome's economy and spirit. Commerce was ritual. Every coin passed carried trust, binding strangers into the fabric of community.
Here, beneath marble grandeur, Rome's destiny was debated. Words shaped law.
Education prepared Rome's future. Literacy and rhetoric forged voices that would carol the empire into generations ahead. As the day closed, Rome rested once more. Its vast body of stone and people Thus ended a day in the life of Rome. Beneath moon and silence, the eternal